Harper and Harper Audio present Wolf Girl, Into the Wild by Anh Do. Performed by Greta Jung. For Summer, Leon, Luke, and Xavier, and for Ben and Freddie, a bunch of awesome kids. On. For Tess, Adventure Despite Adversity. Love your adventurer buddy, Jem. 1. Into the Night. Gwen, wake up! Wake up now! Mom was shaking me hard. Too hard. Her knuckles were white as she gripped my shoulders. I felt like crying out, but I didn't. Maybe because Mom's voice was filled with fear. Instead, I did what I was told. I sat up. We have to move fast! They're coming! I jumped out of bed and pulled on some clothes. It was still dark, but everyone was up. Outside I could hear neighbors screaming, horns beeping, people crying. I followed Mom to the kitchen and watched her tip the entire contents of my school bag onto the floor. My tin pencil case clanged open, but Mom didn't even seem to care. I wanted to complain, but I was too afraid. Mom then filled up my bag with food. Behind her, I saw Dad go out the front door with a heavy load of suitcases. Take this to your father, Mom said, handing me my school bag. I ran outside to find Dad shoving cases into the car. I gave him my school bag and he flung it on top of a pile in the trunk. Stay calm, Gwen, he told me, although he didn't sound calm himself. He turned back to the house. Come on, he muttered. Hurry up. A car blared its horn, then swerved around a van and sped away. Mom and my big sister Kate emerged from the house and ran towards our car. It was strange, though. Mom didn't even stop to shut the front door. Everyone in! Dad shouted. Kate and I were worried because Dad rarely raised his voice. We piled into the car and took off into the night. As we drove out of town, the road ahead was packed with cars that were full of bags, full of people, full of kids, some younger than me, some older, all staring out their windows. It was like we were all going on a big group holiday, except no one was smiling. We sped along with the other cars for what seemed like a very long time. Later, the road led into a forest, winding through banks of shadowy trees. Where are we going, Mom? I finally asked. Girls, try to close your eyes, Mom replied, her voice shaky. Have a little rest. Why did we have to leave? Kate asked. Kate had just turned 11 and had always been curious about everything. Mom didn't answer. I looked across at Kate, who shrugged. Soon, Kate piped up again. Can we play that game where you think of countries beginning with different letters? Not now, Kate, said Mom. I was relieved. I hated that game. The last time we played it, I'd taken ages to think of a country starting with B. I wasn't sure if Belgium was a country or a city. Afterwards, Dad had said to me, Gwen, sweetheart, you need to trust your instincts more. He was always saying that to me. Follow your instincts. As I watched Dad driving the car now, though, he seemed really unsure. Kate must have sensed it too, because she didn't ask any more questions for the rest of the trip. Instead, we all sat in silence as we drove for hours, deep into the forest, down an unfamiliar road that seemed to go on forever. I stared out the window and saw nothing but trees on both sides for miles and miles. Suddenly, I heard a distant explosion. What was that? I said. Mom looked across at Dad. I heard it again, this time a little louder.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?